Good morning, everyone. Are you all ready? So, what is the name of our second chapter in geography? Don't turn back your pages. Ready, friends. What is the name of our second chapter name? Yeah, it is physical features of India. Don't worry about that. Here, we are the last concept of physiographical features of India. We have 5 to 6 important physiological features. What are those? From a top. And as I told, if I get the same question, and you should get a picture of India with physical divisions in your eye. It's like imaginary. From a top, Himalayan mountain ranges, then northern plain, then desert, peninsular plateaus, coastal plains, then islands of India. So, have you discussed about Himalayan mountain ranges? Yes. Then northern plain. So, about all these important physical features, I will ask questions at last. Let me complete the last concept. What is the name of the last physiological divisions? The important physiological division. It's also one of the important physiological features of India. What is that name? Yes, it's islands of India. Indian islands. Island of India. Yes, island there. Huh? Don't get confusion there. So, how many islands are there which is belong to Indian administration? How many islands? 2, 6, 2. Only 2 islands. Then, how many islands are there? We have around 615 islands. 615 islands are there. So we have 2 groups of islands. It is Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep. So totally we have around near 615 islands which is belong to India. And where is this all the islands are located? Where? In Indian Ocean. Yes, good. In Indian Ocean and Atlantic Ocean we have islands which is belong to India. Is that correct? No. So in Bay of Bengal and on in Arabian Sea. Bay of Bengal Sea and Arabian Sea, we have the group of islands which is belong to India. So these islands, some group of islands, one group of islands are like Andaman Nicobar. It is formed because of convergent boundary. As like we discussed, Himalayan mountain ranges. It's continuously connected. But in the eastern part, it is submerged. In the end of eastern part, it's got end, means we can see the physical end there, but it's actually continued in the bottom of ocean. From there, it is protruded out in the eastern part, in the southeastern part, mainly in the south part of India. There, it has emerged as islands. So we have around 572 islands in the western part, yes, in the eastern part. There we call it as Andaman Nicobar. Mainly it's a work of convergent boundary. In the western part, we have some group of islands, around 43 group of islands are there. So not only the Lakshadweep, there are some islands in near of Gujarat. There in the near of coastal Gujarat. So including all those things, we have 43 islands. So these islands, mainly the island group of Indians called Lakshadweep. That Lakshadweep islands, everything is formed due to coral deposit. We'll discuss what is that coral deposit. These two things are formed with a different history, are formed by the different factors, the different reason. We'll discuss why and how. So now India, it has 2 islands. So India has mainly the 2 groups of islands on its 2 directions. What are those 2 directions? In west and east. Around there are 615 islands which is belong to which belongs to India. Indian islands. Huh? So the two groups of island. Name of two groups. The two group of islands are Andaman and Nicobar in east, Lakshadweep in west of India. These are the two important group of islands. Only two groups we have. The two group of island. One is Andaman Nicobar and another one Lakshadweep. Total in approximately how many islands or how many number of islands we have? Around 615 islands. In eastern part of Andaman Nicobar there are many islands which is not belong to India. It belong to Myanmar and Hiroshima Nagasaki is there in the eastern direction of Andaman Nicobar, but it's not belong to Indian administration. Is that all? We will discuss the important features of these two islands, Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep. So now we will briefly discuss the two important islands of India. Andaman and Nicobar. It's the name of group of islands which is there in the western part of eastern part of India. So it's mainly in the sea. What is the name of that sea? Yeah, Bay of Bengal. So here we have further in this group of islands we have two divisions. That group of islands is named as Andaman Islands and another one Nicobar Islands. Further there we have some more divisions in Andaman. In Andaman and there are 4 divisions. In Andaman Nicobar we have 3 divisions group of islands. We'll discuss about that. So this group of islands around 572 group of islands. It lies to east of in east of India on Bay of Bengal Sea. This all the group of islands, what we say the name Nicobar, Andaman and Nicobar. These islands that lies in the east of India and on Bay of Bengal Sea. These all the groups of islands, mostly, not everything, but most of the islands are formed due to the convergent boundary, and apart from all those things, around 40% or 30% of islands, around if you say like 100 or 200 island, it has formed due to the volcanic eruptions. Due to the volcanic activity, most of islands got formed there in the eastern part. Most islands here formed due to plate movement, and volcanic eruption. Here the group of islands formed due to the plate movement and volcanic eruption. Because of these two reasons, the islands here got formed. And we have a group of islands, the names for these groups of islands. Group of islands in Andaman Nicobar is named like a North Andaman, Middle Andaman, South Andaman, Little Andaman, it's about the four divisions, four group of islands what we have in the group of Andaman. Then in Nicobar, we have Car Nicobar, Little Nicobar, then Great Nicobar. So these are the groups of islands in Andaman Nicobar. Andaman Nicobar is not only two islands, it has many groups, around 572 islands are there. In among the 572 islands, every islands are not inhabited. Means in every islands we can't see the population of human beings. There are some group of islands, more than 100 islands, which is uninhabited. The people are not living there because due to the bad climatic conditions there. And there are less islands in this Andaman Nicobar which is having more population, more inhabitation of human beings, animals, and the vegetation. In almost every all these islands, there is having natural vegetation, inhabitation. Natural vegetation is covered almost, not in every islands, and we have important animals over there. But in not every islands you can see the population of human beings. Is it all? So here the climatic condition of an island is, it lies in near of a tropic, mainly it lies in the tropical region. So it has a tropical climatic condition. It lies in another tropical climatic condition because of that area that receives highest temperature and that causes for receiving the higher rainfall. So we can see the rainforest, tropical rainforest can be seen in this Andaman Nicobar because of a high temperature, that receives high temperature in that tropical region. So these islands receives tropical climatic condition. So all these islands that lies in a tropical region, so that region this receives tropical climatic conditions. And whatever the climate which prevails in Andaman Nicobar, it's mainly influenced by monsoon, onset of a monsoon. What is that monsoon? Monsoon, we have a particular chapter for this about monsoon, means the season. The chapter name is climate. There you will get a clear understanding, the clear picture of a monsoon. So instead of a rainy season, we should say it is a monsoon. Actually, it's not a rainy season. In India, we should say it's a monsoon because we get a different direction. Means like a different blowing of wind in the different directions. So that reason we call it a monsoon and return of monsoon, not a spring or rainy season. Instead of a rainy season, we should make use of the monsoon word. Then spring, instead of that, it's a return monsoon. So reversal of wind, it happens because of many factors in India. It's called as mechanism of monsoon. So because of that, we receive different rainfall. Means like than any other countries in the southern part of Asia, India receives highest rainfall. For that reason, we have a particular name for that blowing of wind in a different direction. It's a monsoon in the different Arabic word monsoon. That means the reversal of wind. So these islands that completely influenced by that monsoon climatic conditions. So this receives rainfall during the beginning of monsoon, means onset of monsoon from June, July. Now they are receiving. Now this is August. This one they were receiving the highest rainfall in the Andaman Nicobar. You can check. You can call your friends who are there in Andaman Nicobar. Otherwise, you can go there. Isn't it? So if I am saying a lie, you can go and get clear with all those things. Okay. So because this lies in these directions, and you know when we are discussing about this climate, we get a clear picture. As I told here, we have India, the southern part of India. That wind that blows from southwest directions. It's called a southwest monsoon. So it gets divided into two divisions. The wind, because of this land mass which is obstacle in between. So that reason it gets divided. In the first month, these states receives rainfall along with the Kerala, Karnataka. So in the same time, the Andaman Nicobar they receives, because the same wind it has got bifurcated and it has reached there. So that reason this Andaman Nicobar is highly influenced by this monsoon climatic conditions. So it's that, and here because of this Andaman Nicobar that receives highest temperature, it's having forest, like dense forest. It has dense rainforest. Means it has covered. That means it has covered the dense rainforest. Because of having highest natural vegetations, the area which is covered by highest natural vegetation is Andaman Nicobar, and it has given shelter for the animals. It has supported for the animals, so it is having the eco balance there. Ecosystem is balanced. So in most of the islands are suitable for inhabitations of human beings in Andaman Nicobar. So there, the people who are inhabited, who are staying in Andaman Nicobar, their main activity is means like their food habit. That means their food habit, food culture is about fisheries, then coconut fruit. They are in the coastal areas, mainly you know about Kerala and the coastal part of Karnataka. They grow much coconut trees. That means the coastal area is suitable for the growing of coconut. In Kerala, mostly the whole part of Kerala, you can see the only tall, height trees. It's coconut trees. So they are saying we can find in Andaman Nicobar. So that coastal area that supports for the growth of a coconut. So here the people who are inhabited in Andaman Nicobar, their staple food is coconut. It's a staple food for people here. Not only that, the fisheries, they are almost all the direction is coastal plain, means coastal. So their main activity along with this is fisheries and piggery. Piggery like rearing the pigs. It's another one. They are also fowls. Along with the fisheries and piggery, pigs. They rear a pig for getting a food from it. Then it's about there in Andaman Nicobar. In the first chapter, we discussed about some important things in India. So Andaman Nicobar plays an important role in Indian administration. What is that? What is that? In Indian administration, the place or part of Andaman Nicobar is mentioned there in the one list. What is that? The place or the city of Andaman Nicobar, it's having power, means like separate power. Yes, good. It's a union. It has a union territory. Andaman Nicobar, it has a union territory. Andaman Nicobar capital itself is union territory of this group of islands. What is the capital of Andaman Nicobar? Yes, Port. Where it is located? In the group of Andaman. Middle Andaman. In the middle Andaman, it's located. Port Blair. Port Blair. Is union territory, and as well as capital of this group of islands, Andaman and the Port Blair. It's a capital of Andaman Nicobar, and as well as it's one of the union territories in India. How many union territories is it? 8. We have 8 union territories. So Port Blair is one of them. Is that all? Is that all? Okay. Now we will discuss about the second important island. There is no first and second, but we will discuss second, the last, but not least. It's about Lakshadweep Island. Lakshadweep Island. The word itself that says in Malayalam, Tamil, and Kannada, Lakshadweep means group of lakhs, means lakhs together islands. Group of means lakh more than lakh islands. It's Lakshadweep. Laksha means lakh. Dweep is island. So this island earlier, before the Britishers arrived in India, earlier it was named with a different name, like a group of islands, as like Andaman Nicobar. It also has some group of islands. Around 43 group of islands is located in the Arabian Sea, but in the Lakshadweep we have 36 islands. Remaining 10 islands are 11 or 9 islands which is there in near of other some area. Like earlier in the Ramayana you might be knowing about, you might be heard about like city, Dwaraka. In the Ramayana or Manava, I don't know exactly. Dwaraka something. So that was island. In that epic, it was, they are mentioned about the Dwaraka, but it's not there now. It's submerged under the water in the Arabian Sea. Earlier it was there. Many islands same happen, same like they are submerged under the water, and there are some new other islands got emerged recently. But the group of islands which is there in this position we call as a Lakshadweep. It has 36 islands. Group of 36 islands. So total we have 43, but here in the Lakshadweep we have 36. And 10 islands are inhabited. This in only 10 islands the people are living. We have population of people, animals, and the natural vegetations. And remaining 17 islands are uninhabited. And 4 islands are newly formed. 5 islands got submerged, but it's part of a Lakshadweep. And I thought we didn't discuss about Andaman Nicobar. One more point that in Andaman Nicobar, in the middle Andaman, we have one island which is only one active volcano. Active volcano zone in India, in the middle Andaman. Active volcano zone means most of the islands in Andaman and Nicobar it's formed due to volcanic eruption as a whole. There, even now, every day the volcano takes place in that group of island, middle Andaman. There every day. You can go and you can check into if you are having doubt. So it's called as like only one active volcano, group of active volcano in Andaman Nicobar. So here the Lakshadweep which is lies around it has 43 group, no, 36. 36 group of islands lies in west of India on Arabian Sea. On the Arabian Sea in the west of India. All the group of islands are formed due to coral deposit. coral relief. We'll discuss what is a coral relief. So all these islands formed due to coral deposits. The main features of Lakshadweep is that all these islands are formed due to coral deposit. Coral is nothing but the physical feature which is there in the bottom of ocean, coral relief. And landform relief, mountains, plain area, coastal plain is the landform on the earth surface we have. This coral relief which is there in the bottom of ocean or the sea, it's a coral. Like in the bottom, when you go deep into that, you will get a plants. You will get a tree even there. And you will get a plants, tree and a bamboo tree can get there if you get into that specific. So there we have a trees, group of trees there and some islands and which is made up of the organic matters. So this is a coral relief. So when the coral relief emerged, so because of the emergence of coral relief, these islands got formed in a Lakshadweep group of islands. So it's called as coral deposited islands, which is formed by the coral depositions. There 10 islands are inhabited, means it's active islands. They are inhabited in the 10 islands. 17 islands are uninhabited, nobody is living there because due to bad condition of climatic weather, this climatic prevailing there. Then 4 are newly formed, 5 submerged under the water. Then as like Andaman Nicobar, here we have a group of islands. Now we have a group of islands like Kavaratti, Agati, Minikoi, Amini. These are the group of islands. Now we have at present, these are the group of islands what we have in Andaman Nicobar. Sorry, Lakshadweep. But earlier, before 1973, we were calling this group of islands with a different name. There were 3: Lakadavi, Amindavi, Minikoi. These are the 3 groups of islands earlier, but now they are renamed it as these 3, like a 4 with the 4 names. Earlier, the Lakshadweep, they were not calling it as Lakshadweep before 1973. In the November 1st, 1973, they renamed it as Lakshadweep. As like Kannada Rajyotsava, when we celebrate Kannada Rajyotsava at the same time, fellows, they should celebrate along with us, but they don't. Actually, they don't know. They should sit in my class, then they will get me. So, is it over? If I write there, is it visible? Okay. But earlier, it was known as Academy, Amendu. The 3 groups of islands earlier. It was known as these islands renamed as Lakshadweep on 1st November 1973. It's not there in your textbook, it's only for knowledge, general knowledge. There are many points which are given about the Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep, it's not there in your textbook. But you will, and if you write all those things for answer as answer, you'll get a marks, but not extra marks. You'll get a particular marks, but should be accurate. You should not add which are not told. So then Kavaratti. Kavaratti is the capital of these islands, these group of islands, and also Union Territory, one of the Union Territories, one of the Union Territories. And Kavaratti is the smallest, union territory. UT means Union Territory. It's the smallest union territory in India. Kavaratti is the capital of this group of islands. Is it all? What? Okay. So by this, our second chapter got over. We discussed about the physical features, the important physical features of India. It's all over, and we have 5 more minutes. We all discussed everything what is given in textbook. And if I have to discuss some important extra knowledge about islands, there are some other group of islands, some other important islands in India. Like Sriharikota, you might be heard about this island, Sriharikota, which is there in between the Bay of Bengal and Pulicat Lake. In between the Pulicat Lake, which is there in Andhra Pradesh. In Andhra Pradesh, near Nellore district, in the Nellore district. The Pulicat Lake, which is there in the Nellore district in Andhra Pradesh. In between this Pulicat Lake and the Bay of Bengal, we have one island. It's called as Sriharikota. And you might be heard in every, whenever the ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, so that plans to launch the rocket or any other things, so they choose that place. It's one of the places or one of the satellite launching place of Indian Space Research Organization, Sriharikota. You should remember, you may get this question. You will not get this in the 9th class, but when you attend for competitive examinations in the future, you may get this question. In a science background, in every, so it's not going to only science. It's a group one island. There are many islands, Abdul Kalam Island is also there in near of Orissa. Odisha here, but now we say it's Orissa. So Orissa, in the near of a coast of Orissa, this coastal plain of Orissa, we have one island is called as Abdul Kalam. So earlier it was named as Wheeler. The Wheeler is a vessel. He is from the Western country, British. He escaped to India and he has made something. I don't know exactly, but the name it has got from because of that fellow Wheeler. But now it is renamed as Abdul Kalam Island. And then near in the Tamil Nadu we have one more island, Pamban. We call it as a Pamban Island. This Pamban Island, it's also called as Rameshwaram Island. So you can remember better now, Rameshwaram Island. This island, which is located in between the Sri Lanka and this Gulf of Mannar. Gulf of Mannar, it's a narrow strait which divides Sri Lanka and India, isn't it? So there we have Gulf of Mannar. So there near of Gulf of Mannar, we have this island. It's called as Pamban Island. This island is also called as Rameshwaram Island because it is near of Rameshwaram place. And we have Diu Islands, Diu, and Dadra, Nagar Haveli, and Daman and Diu. We have a union territory. There near of that, in the coast of Diu, we have one island. It's called as Diu Island. It's well known for its historical activities. Means the people they visit there to get a pleasure. And we have many others. Not only this, we have many, like near of Kathipara coast, we have one more. And near of Kerala coast, we have one more. We'll discuss later. So let's have extra information. Don't worry about all those things. Until now, what are the things we discuss? And you should concentrate on all those things. Concentrate. Okay. So by this, we completed our second chapter. Next class, we'll start our history.